Hi, I'm Damien and this is Rennie from RevoCycle. We'd like to introduce you to our Revo Cannon exhaust. It comes with a collector, a 6 inches muffle, the antip, bracket, clipped with bolts, the exhaust sensor eliminator, the oxygen sensor eliminators. Our main specificity is that we can reach a very low sound, down to 60 Hz. So it's like you can hear the drums rolling when you're riding. So this allows us to have a very low RPM for a very high torque. We can gain up to 10 horsepower with only the exhaust. Even more, when you couple it with a big air kit and the air in the fuel management, you can gain over 20 horsepower. So now we have already removed the original exhaust, and the next step we're going to show you how to mount the Cannon exhaust. Before mounting the exhaust, you need to protect the surfaces against any scratches. So put some cover on top of it. Then bring out the collector, and you have to find the right angle to slip the front cylinder inside the right space. Then you have to find the right position of the rear cylinder. After that, you insert the front cylinder into its rightful place, and you have to insert the rear cylinder. Then you will find out that the position is not quite right, so you will have to use a little bit of force and pull it from the rear to find the right position to insert it into the right place. Then you block the whole assembly with your knees, and then you can start screwing the bolts. Always from the bottom to the top, first by hand, and then when it's all in place, with a wrench. When screwing the bolts, remember not to use too much torque because the mounts are in aluminum, so not too armored. You should be careful of the force you use. Also, always remember to keep protecting the surfaces to avoid any scratches. Then we're going to mount the bracket. First, we need to remove the original bolt. For that, we're going to use two 12mm nuts squeezed together so that we are able to remove the original bolt. Then we place the bracket, place the screws and the bolts, find the right position, and then we can start to screw. First the top one and then the bottom one. Now we need to cut a little piece of the frame cover. So you remove it, you can cut the right amount, you can judge approximately the distance to cut down. Put it back, place the spacer behind it, and then screw the M6 Allen head bolt. Now we're going to mount the muffle. Before that, we need to install the clip on the tip of the muffle. Remember to have the bolt facing towards the top, and then use a rag to handle the muffle in order to avoid any scratches on the surface. Push it into the collector, maybe use a little force in order to make sure the muffle is pushed well up to the end into the collector. While doing that, remember also to keep the angle and keep the level with the bracket that you just installed. Once it's steady, you can use the 14mm bolts to steady the muffle to the bracket. Once it's steady, then you can screw the bolt, the 13mm bolt of the clip. Now we're going to install the end tip on the muffle. Before that, you need to prepare some silicone. It's really important. If you don't put some silicone into the bolt holes, the bolts will fall after a while. So use silicone, it's heat resistant, so there won't be any trouble with that. Once you have put silicone into all the holes, you can place the end tip and start to screw all the bolts. Then first lightly, and then use a star-shaped sequence to finalize and steady all the bolts. Once the exhaust is mounted, don't hurry to start your motorcycle yet, because you still need to plug in the exhaust valve servo eliminator. Once it's plugged in, you can fix it with a zip tie and fix it steadily inside here. Also, you need to plug in the 2 oxygen sensor eliminators on both sides of the motorcycle. Now we are all ready, and I guess you're very curious to hear about the sound of the Revo Cannon exhaust. Before that, we'd like to announce that we have also other engine covers like this one. They're all available on our website www.revo-cycles.com. We invite you to visit us and leave us any message or comments through emails. And now, listen to some music.